Hey everyone, I'm Bob Cargill, editor of Bible and Archaeology. 2024 has been another great year for biblical archaeology, and we are pleased to present the top 10 archaeological discoveries of 2024, presented by Marshalltown, the maker of the premier archaeological tool, the Marshalltown trowel, used in excavations around the world and made right here in Iowa. So here they are, the top 10 biblical archaeology discoveries of 2024. Number 10, a hoard of coins from a 4th century Roman revolt. In the ancient Israelite city of Lod, buried under an ancient public building, archaeologists discovered 94 silver and bronze coins dating to between the 3rd and 4th centuries CE. As they appear to be largely unused, archaeologists believe the coins from this hoard were newly minted before they were buried, leading them to suspect that they may have been hidden during the Gallus Revolt, a Jewish revolt against Roman rule in the 4th century CE. While other coins were discovered across the site, the nature of this burial indicates to archaeologists that this collection was not haphazardly lost, but was intentionally buried by someone as an emergency fund that would be protected and to which they would one day return. Wider excavations at the site of Lod have revealed that the result of the uprising was violent and devastating, destroying much of the surrounding area. Number 9, reading the unrolled Herculaneum scrolls. It has been another huge year for the Vesuvius Challenge and the Herculaneum scrolls. While these charred scrolls survived the eruption at Mount Vesuvius in 79 CE, their carbonized state has made it impossible for scholars to see inside the scrolls without destroying them. That is, until now. As we discovered in our top 10 video from 2023, be sure you go check that out, with the help of AI, researchers were able to detect the first word inside one of the scrolls last year, a significant feat. However, this year, researchers went even further and were able to identify full passages within the carbonized scrolls by virtually unwrapping them, allowing them to decipher over 2,000 words. Far surpassing expectations, the team of researchers deciphered more than 85% of the characters from 4 continuous passages within the same scroll. Number 8, a rare bronze mirror found in a tomb. At the site of Hala Sultan Teki on the coast of Cyprus, excavations of a chamber tomb dated to around 1300 BCE revealed a collection of over 250 grave goods with connections to Mycenaean, Minoan, Egyptian, and Canaanite cultures. Hala Sultan Teki thrived as a trading hub between 1630 and 1150 BCE, and many of the goods found in this grave showcased the existence of extensive trade networks. Among the more ordinary funerary objects like beads and cups and votive offerings, archaeologists discovered something notable, a small bronze mirror. Measuring just over 4 inches in diameter and weighing only 156 grams, the mirror is typical of ancient Aegean mirrors, especially those produced in Crete. While such mirrors are more common in other regions, they are not well attested in the archaeological record of Cyprus, as this is just the second such mirror to be found in excavations on the island of Cyprus. Archaeologists report that the rarity of the object not only speaks to the wealth of the individual, but emphasizes the importance of this site as a regional trade hub with extensive trade networks and cultural influence. Number 7, a temple of the rising sun at Azekah. At the site of Azekah in Israel, excavations have revealed the ruins of an open-air Canaanite temple with a view looking out on the Ela Valley, a design potentially mirroring Egyptian solar temples. While this site has been under excavation since 2014, the team from Tel Aviv University announced several new discoveries this year. Among the updates, archaeologists announced that they have detected 2 different phases of the temple across the Late Bronze Age from the 16th to the 12th century BCE. Additionally, within the remains of the temple, archaeologists found artifacts with Canaanite and Egyptian ties, including a bronze statue of the Canaanite storm god Baal and an amulet depicting 3 Egyptian deities. Archaeologists believe this evidence indicates the temple at Azekah functioned while the land was under Egyptian administration, up until the Bronze Age collapse, before the site and its population were ultimately destroyed around 1130 BCE. Number 6. A Roman legionary camp at Megiddo. Ongoing salvage excavations at the site of Legio at Tel Megiddo in Israel have uncovered more of the camp of the 6th Roman Legion, known as the 6th Ironclad Legion. One of only 2 legionary camps in Israel, and the only excavated permanent Roman camp in Israel, the Legio was occupied by the 6th Roman Legion from about 120 to 300 CE. Built to house over 5,000 soldiers, its remains showcase the history of Roman military campaigns in Israel. In addition to architecture, coins, roof tiles, and weapons, archaeologists also uncovered the main Roman road, the Via Praetoria. While other Roman military camps are known in Israel and have been excavated before, they have all been either temporary or auxiliary camps. Compared with these, the Legio is unique in its status as a permanent military base and presents a new perspective on how the Roman military brought technology and architectural know-how with it during its campaigns, revealing a distinct Roman imperial military footprint. Number 5. A bronze sword bearing the name of Ramses II. Archaeologists excavating a series of ancient Egyptian military barracks at Al-Abqain uncovered a 3,300-year-old bronze sword engraved with a cartouche of Ramses II. Ramses II, known more commonly as Ramses the Great, ruled Egypt from 1279 to 1213 BCE and is credited with expanding the reach of Egyptian power. The sword, along with other weapons, food, and supplies, was discovered in the barracks of a military outpost. The barracks were located on what was then Egypt's northwestern border and functioned as just one military outpost in a ring of fortresses, which archaeologists believe were intended to protect the Egyptian New Kingdom from raids by the Libyans and various sea peoples. While the sword bears the cartouche of Ramses II, it was likely a ceremonial item belonging to a military leader of high rank, stationed at the site, serving to mark the status and prestige of the recipient. Number 4. The top half of a massive Ramses II statue is discovered. There was another big discovery this year concerning the history of the Egyptian pharaoh Ramses II. During excavations south of Minya in Egypt, archaeologists uncovered a piece of a massive limestone statue of Ramses II. This newly discovered fragment is over 12 feet tall and is the top section of an even larger complete statue. The fragment, carved out of limestone, depicts the head, shoulders, and torso of Ramses, who is portrayed wearing both a double crown, depicting his dominion over all of Egypt, and the uraeus, a symbol of royalty and power. The back of the statue also bears a hieroglyphic inscription that glorifies the king. This find is especially intriguing because archaeologists believe this newly discovered upper portion matches and completes a section found in 1930 by German archaeologist Günther Roeder. Work has begun to study and clean the pieces to see if they do match, and if so, the reunited statue would stand over 22 feet tall. Number 3. A rare stone seal found in Jerusalem. A rare stone seal dated to the First Temple period was found during excavations in the Davidson Archaeological Garden south of the Temple Mount in Jerusalem's Old City. This small seal blends Judean and Assyrian cultural influences together in one tiny object, as it bears both the image of a protective winged figure identified as either a winged genie or a demon, and an image common in Neo-Assyrian art of the 9th to 7th centuries BCE, as well as a Paleo-Hebrew inscription bearing 2 names, which reads, "For Yehoezer, son of Hoshiyahu." The words of the inscription are written in reverse so that their imprint could be read after the seal had been pressed into wax. The seal also has a small hole running through it, leading archaeologists to believe it could have been worn as a necklace, allowing it to serve as both a signature and a protective amulet. Archaeologists also note that while the image of the winged genie seems to reflect a skilled hand, the inscription appears to be rather sloppy, leading them to believe it was likely added to the seal at a later point by someone less skilled. Number 2, the discovery of a late Bronze Age shipwreck. Just over 50 miles off the coast of northern Israel, the remains of the oldest shipwreck ever to be discovered in deep water has been located in the Mediterranean Sea. The ship, a merchant vessel, is estimated to have been somewhere between 39 and 46 feet long. While the ultimate cause of the shipwreck is unknown, the ship settled to the bottom approximately a mile below the surface without capsizing, thus preserving its cargo of hundreds of storage jars intact. And amidst the cargo, archaeologists discovered 2 Canaanite amphora, or clay jars. Preliminary examinations of these amphorae have led archaeologists to believe that the ship sunk sometime between 1400 and 1300 BCE. Because Bronze Age shipwrecks of this period are extremely rare, as archaeologists only know of 2 other wrecks with cargo from the late Bronze Age in the Mediterranean, this wreck, frozen in time below the water, gives us a new insight into the maritime trade of the late Bronze Age and indicates that traders traveled much farther from port to port than previously believed. And here it is, our number 1 archaeological discovery of 2024. 180 inscribed jar handles are discovered outside of Jerusalem. Located just over 2 miles from Jerusalem, archaeologists have unearthed 2 Judean administrative centers and a massive hoard of jar handles bearing seal impressions. These monumental public buildings, one built on top of the ruins of the other, and which date to the late 8th and 7th centuries BCE respectively, have been identified as ancient administrative centers that were used to consolidate agricultural produce paid as taxes to the king before its eventual distribution elsewhere. Archaeologists have identified them as administrative centers because of the monumental nature of the buildings and the large collection of jar handles bearing the impression LMLK, or LMLK, meaning belonging to the king, that were discovered inside. While most of the 180 handles uncovered bear the LMLK stamp, archaeologists also discovered 17 handles that were inscribed with the names of individuals. But interestingly, the handles with personal names were only found in the earlier of the 2 buildings, which archaeologists believe was constructed either by Hezekiah or possibly his father, Ahaz, before the Assyrian campaign in the late 8th century BCE. My colleague, Professor Oded Lipschitz, one of the lead archaeologists on the project, believes that these private stamp impressions reveal a temporary administrative process that was put in place in preparation for Hezekiah's rebellion against the Assyrians, and that the eventual return to the more common LMLK stamp impressions in the early 7th century BCE shows the resumption of the regular tax payments after the rebellion. While archaeologists are unsure as to who destroyed the earlier building and why a second administrative center was constructed on top of its ruins, these finds shed new light on Judah's economic burden under Assyrian rule. And that's it. That completes our list of the top 10 biblical archaeology discoveries of 2024. What do you think of our list? Did we leave something out? Do you agree with our order? What do you think should be at the top of our list? Leave a comment below, and I'll be happy to explain why we left some other discoveries off of our list. And remember, you can always visit Bible and Archaeology here at the University of Iowa all year long for your archaeological news updates. For all of us here at Bible and Archaeology, I'm Dr. Bob Cargill wishing you everything the best.